If you've been following me on Twitter, ThomasWolf1 on Twitter, you'll see that I've been talking a lot about ENS names lately. And I'm going to do a deep dive into ENS names into more detail at this token workshop that I'm doing here at Tropical Nomad, here in beautiful Canggu, Bali, that you see behind me. So we're going to do a quick little review of some of the big sales for May. May was a blowout month for ENS, biggest month ever since ENS was established. Way back in 2017, there were over 300,000 names registered this month alone, and some really nice juicy sales. So we're going to deep dive into what sold for some of these top figures. In my workshop, I'm going to be going over how I identify value, which tools I'm using for ENS specifically, and just some of my other recommendations and thoughts about ENS and where it's heading. First things first, the absolute biggest sales of the month of May were biggest sell 555.eth at 55.5 ETH. So a nice, obviously top level 3-digit that we've got here, 555. I heard it was some Chinese buyer that managed to snatch this one up at the symbolic 55.5 ETH. So it made sense with the number and the purchase price. Next in was 008.eth. So again, another 3-digit at 20 ETH on that one. And 006.eth at 19.6 ETH. Then 163.eth at 18 ETH. 363.eth at 17 ETH. 085.eth at 15.2 ETH. And then finally, to round it out, IDK.eth, so an acronym for I don't know.eth at 15 ETH. So the top 6 biggest sales of the entire month were all 3 digits. That was one of the things that completely made ENS blow up in volume, was this obsession with digits. Once the 3 digits minted out, the 4 digits quickly minted out after that. Only 10,000 4 digits will ever be available. This isn't an ongoing series sort of project. This is ENS where they're all one of one unique names. So once those 4 digits are gone, they were gone. And then a few weeks after, the 5 digits were completely gone too. So that's 100,000. So let's review some of those other big name sales that come up on the ENS activity Twitter page. So shout out to them. I'm following a bunch of bots on Twitter that let me know all the names that are being registered, all the top sales, bids, automatically come up on here. So it's great extra tools for seeing what's trending, what's being registered. You can quickly identify trends and communities that pop up on Twitter. So that really drove the action on digits. And there are a bunch of other clubs that popped up, but we'll see when we do this dive in. Today's date is June 2. So these ones were literally in the last hour. So you've got salad.eth just sold for 1.5 ETH, which as of this moment was $2,732. Embassy.eth just sold for 0.8 ETH an hour ago. So another clean one-worder. Embassy, I mean any embassy could be picking up the clean name embassy.eth or their exact country embassy, for example. But that's a clean one word that you see why it's got value. Here's an example of someone who managed to pick up something on the registrations. So Tyga, tyga.eth, after the rapper called Tyga, just got registered for 1.6898 ETH. So once a name expires and goes back into ENS domain system, it goes on a descending graph chart where it goes from an absurd price on a rapidly decreasing, exponentially decreasing graph until someone eventually buys it. So it starts from here, it goes down very rapidly, and then starts to tail off just until someone buys it. So someone bought Tiger.eth at 1.689 ETH until June 2024. So that's a 2-year regio. Another sale here of 4900.eth for 1.5 ETH. So that's selling for a lot higher than the normal 4-digit because it's 4900. So it's not just some random 4928.eth, it's 4900, so it's a lot cleaner. So these have been getting a lot higher than just the ones. And right after that, there was 4800 sold for 1.6 ETH. The exact same buyer just picked up 4900 and 4800. So some big guys coming in here cleaning up house on these names. Sniper.eth. So in the crypto space, like a sniper, that's a pretty badass word. That's a clean one word, 6 letters. Sniper just sold for 5 ETH. So that's a pretty solid sale right there. Getting the month off to a good start here. Addicted.eth just got registered for 1.3483 on a 1-year regio. 4492.eth just sold for 0.53. So that's around about the floor on the 4 digits. Getting about a third of the price of the ones that are actually like 48 and then 00. So like if you've got better names for remembering, like a cleaner name, and it will get a lot higher price, of course. Another one here, 9539.eth just sold for 0.55. So again, near the floor, not that special. Some of the top bids, so these were actually rejected. These could have all been top sales, but the owners rejected all of these offers. John.eth at 22 ETH and 21 ETH. Tim.eth at 20 ETH. So these clean, popular names are obviously worth way more than 20 ETH, and that's why their owners rejected those offers. These names are worth, even now, worth well over 50, probably even 100 ETH. You'll see sales for these kinds of names. Crypto.eth spelled with an I, not a Y. Digitalgallery.eth at 12 ETH. And Emirates.eth, there was an offer for 12 ETH. I don't know if that was anything to do with Emirates or not, but obviously a globally recognized airline company name is worth a lot more than 12 ETH, even now. And in the future, these will be worth hundreds, even thousands of ETH, these top company names. 0xhot.eth just sold for 0.6 ETH. 4809, 2082, 9678, these are all just standard 4 digits going at the 0.55-ish level. These were trading a lot higher earlier last month, like end of April. End of April was the start of a big boom driven by digit sales that really kicked ENS over into the next level, and even got it as high as number 6 in the top OpenSea rankings for the past 24 hours. ENS names was really getting up there for the first time ever, like right up in the top 10. For a number of days, for weeks even, it was in the top 20. Some of the top buyers, Gem.xyz and the Dream Collector. So another good thing to do, another good strategy to do that I do as well. I'm following many ENS buyers in Twitter, seeing what they do, seeing what they post about. And you can follow their wallet just like you could follow any other NFT purchaser's wallet. Sand.eth got registered for 6.42 ETH 10 hours ago. 1-year regio on that one. So sand, like a clean 4-letter word. I mean, if you like a beach, if you're living in Bali, sand.eth, plenty of sand here. Morb.eth, I don't know about that one. That sold for 0.69, so some of the other top bids that also got rejected were 100.eth at 60 ETH. That would have been the biggest sale of the month if that had been accepted. And 420.eth got rejected, an offer of 55.45 ETH. Richard.eth rejected at 50.16 ETH. 888.eth rejected at 39 ETH. 100.eth rejected at 37 ETH as well, and then even the same person rejected at 60 as well. And 000.eth at 30 ETH. Oh wow, and Yeezus.eth. So we just received news that Kanye West was going to do an NFT project. So lo and behold, Yeezus.eth has just been sold for 5 ETH. So that's a pretty situational news-based deal. If you can hop onto trending news, trending events that would have names associated with it that are available or selling at cheap prices on secondary, it's another good play to make right there. Top registrations from May: Tetranode 36.12 ETH, Toy 24.92 ETH, Cake 17.74 ETH, Burn 11.35 ETH, UFO 10.88 ETH, CBD 10.84 ETH, and Firm 10.6 ETH. So those ones were all on the decay registration curve. So lots of people were just waiting for some of these top names on the decay curve, and then they snap at whatever price they want to pay. So that's another game you can play, but of course you can end up overpaying effectively. But everyone's playing a waiting game just to see how low it will go. Some people are still paying a lot of money to pick up these regos. So another couple of the top sales from last month were Me6, so that's MEE and the number 6.eth, sold for 30 ETH, and Shell.eth, so like the company Shell, or just the seashell or whatever you want it to be, Shell.eth, 29.98. So that's a clean 5-letter and a company related name. Ronnie.eth, 0.5, that's pretty cheap for a decent name on that one. Goodbye from them. Pensions.eth registered for 1.9031. It's not bad. I haven't even covered, like, this is still like today's sales effectively. In the last 24 hours, we're going down here reviewing these, seeing if anyone picked up some crazy deals. Alright, so I didn't even cover this one yet. The top sales from last week, the biggest sale was .swoosh.eth, which they think was bought by the Artifact NFT. So that's RKFKT. The trainer sneaker related NFT project that's been associated with Nike. So .swoosh.eth, 19.72. Biggest sale of last week, just gone. And Farfetch.eth, another big clothing company. I just saw news of this yesterday, buying their name at 6.67 ETH. So there's some more big companies getting into this. Like we just saw Hublot.eth get their ENS name. It's a big play from them. Lots of companies waking up now, trying to secure their ENS names. Even making it their profile on Twitter as well, like Hublot did. Hublot.eth on Twitter. Big play from them. NFTY.eth, so like Nifty.eth, just got registered for 10.43 17 hours ago. So yeah, as you can see, there's, even just going back 17 hours so far, there's already been some big sales. As was mentioned, this was the biggest month ever for ENS. Really just went into overdrive at the end of April, carried over into May. Record-setting month. We'll see how June plays out. We'll see if June can set another new record on ENS names. All it takes will be another big company or two. Like imagine Amazon, Apple, Walmart, Nike, Adidas, all these big massive companies getting in on this. It could really just set off a new big wave. I'm going to be going into much more detail on what I'm buying in the workshop. So it's pretty much a wrap on the review here. Thanks for watching this content on ENS names. This is one of my favorite NFT projects actually. You'll see on my YouTube I've already covered many different NFT projects. I've covered LooksRare. I've covered a bunch of other platforms and stuff related to NFTs. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and you're more than welcome to put comments recommending any other projects that I should cover, or anything else for any other ENS names that you guys are watching, that you like, that you've bought. Drop a line in the comments and I'll review anything interesting that comes up. Thanks again for watching.